Seriously, is there a cooler cake out there than the Tres Leches? Just like with the birria, you gotta roll those R's for the Tres Leches cake. It translates to three milks. You're probably wondering, what does that have to do with cake? Well, we're gonna make a sponge cake. We are gonna saturate it with three different milks. Honestly, this is one of the best cakes out there. It could not be simpler to prepare, and the flavors you get are so good. Not to mention, the top layer is whipped cream. Forget that fake icing. We're gonna make some homemade whipped cream on top. So dang delicious. My promise to you is you're gonna love it. What we need to do now though is knock out a little prep. Sound good? Let's bake. We are going to start off by sifting up some dry ingredients. If you don't have a sifter, a normal strainer will be fine. So I'm going to add some all-purpose flour right to my sifter, followed up with some baking powder, which is going to help stabilize our cake and help it rise. Next, a little bit of salt. You can use sea, kosher, or regular table salt here. Now go ahead and sift all of these ingredients together. Now it's important to do this all together because we don't want to whisk it at the end. We want it to be completely combined when it is finished. So once you've sifted all of those ingredients into the bowl, just go ahead and set it to the side, but don't put it far because we will need it shortly. Now in a stand mixer with the whisk attachment, if you do not have a stand mixer, go ahead and use a hand electric mixer. We are going to add in some large eggs. If you only have medium eggs, that should be totally fine as well. Now I'm going to hit it with some sugar for some sweetness. And really at this point, what we want to do is mix these ingredients together. So go ahead and push down your stand mixer and then don't forget to lock it in on the side. And then on about medium to medium high speed, we're going to whip this for about 10 to 12 minutes. What we want to do is make sure that it's light, it's fluffy, it's foamy. This is typical in a sponge cake method, which is exactly what we're doing. Now, to help you know when it's at a good consistency, what we're going to do is just stop it. We're going to lift it up, okay? Now go grab yourself a spoon, okay? I know this is going to sound crazy, but go ahead and get a spoon, any size, put it in there and start to make figure eights. This is the way I was taught in culinary school. If you can see the 8 after you're done shaping it just like this, you know you're at the perfect time in this procedure. Excellent. So go ahead and push it back down there, turn it back on to medium high. We're going to add in our vanilla extract. And then the next thing we're going to do is slowly pour in some oil. You can use canola, vegetable, safflower, or any other neutral flavored oil. Think of it like this during this procedure. It's like we're making mayonnaise or even hollandaise sauce. We're incorporating oil into our eggs. Once you've added everything in there, and it will take a minute or two to get all that oil in, do not force it. Take your time to do it. We want it to emulsify. We're just going to remove the whisk beater, set it to the side, take it off the stand mixer, grab a rubber spatula because what we want to do is fold in the ingredients, but we're not going to do it all in once. So take about half of the dry ingredients. I usually use a measuring cup to transfer it, and then using your rubber spatula, or you could use a spoon, totally fine as well. Take the time to fold in the ingredients until they're completely mixed in. Definitely do not skip that part. Do not just mix it, fold it in gently and do it as much as it takes. Now add in the rest of the dry ingredients that you have and fold it in again. I cannot stress it enough. Take the time to do this. Make sure all the ingredients are folded in. Perfect. Now what we want to do is we are going to transfer this over to a 13 by 9 dish. I have a pretty deep 13 by 9 dish, but if you have a smaller one, no problem. I have sprayed the inside with no stick spray just to make sure. You never know. Add it all in there. Get as much of it off of your spatula as possible. Now we are headed right over to our oven. It's on 350 degrees. This is going to take in between 35 to 40 minutes to cook. My recipe has a little bit more ingredients than a typical tres leches. That's because I like a thicker cake. Once it is done baking, it should be nice and browned on top and be firm in the center. If you want to use the toothpick method, totally fine to do so. Takes about an hour and a half for it to completely cool to room temperature, and you have to take the time to do that. The waiting game. I know it's terrible. So in a large separate bowl, we are going to mix our tres leches, or our 3 milks, starting off with some evaporated milk, next some heavy whipping cream, followed up with some sweetened condensed milk. You may have recognized this in a key lime pie if it sounds familiar or you don't have a lot of experience with it. Go ahead and grab a whisk and completely whisk it until it is combined. Should only take a couple seconds, no big deal. Once it is, though, whisked, what we want to do is just take it and transfer it over to a measuring cup or a large container that has a spout on top so we can easily pour it onto our cake. So now the fun part. Grab a fork. If you have kids, they can absolutely help. Just tell them to be gentle. We're just going to sort of pierce the top of the cake all over in as many places as possible. The reason we're doing this is because we want the 3 milks to go into the cake in as many places as we can so that it soaks up into our cake. So again, transferring those 3 milks over to a measuring cup or a large plastic container with a little spout at the top. Slowly pour in our milks all over the place. This is just going to take maybe 2 or 3 minutes. It absorbs pretty quickly. You'll be surprised. It will go right into that cake. But again, take the time to do this. You don't want to just dump it on there. Pour it evenly all over the cake, around the outside edges as well. You can see it. This is not fast forwarded. This is in real time. That's how quickly it absorbs into the cake. We're going to set it in the refrigerator for about 1 hour or until it has cooled. With about 10 minutes or so left in the cooling process, we're going to make some whipped cream. I know you've seen me do this 8 million times, but I'll do it again. So in a stand mixer with the whisk attachment, add in some heavy whipping cream, followed up with a little bit of vanilla extract, and then last but not least, some sugar. We are going to whip this on high speed. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to get those stiff peaks. Again, if you do not have a stand mixer, you can do this by hand, which I used to do all the time in the restaurant industry. It will make your arms sore, but I promise it is possible. Or you can use electric hand mixers. Totally up to you. This looks fantastic. So what we're going to do at this point is remove as much whipped cream as possible from the whisk and then set it to the side. Let's grab out our cooled Tres Leches cake. Looks awesome. You can't even see that there was milk poured in it. It's so cool. Now transfer the whipped cream that we just whipped right to the top. Now, there's a couple schools of thought here. You can use a spoon, like I'm doing here, to sort of decorate the top, and you can put little peaks on there if you want, little valleys, whatever you want with the whipped cream. Now, if you want to take it to another level, you absolutely can, but you're going to need an offset spatula. What this will do is really just help smooth everything out, give it that beautiful smooth top surface if you're looking for that extra professional look. This looks so good, you guys. Can't wait to eat it.
And I'm literally salivating because I cannot wait to get into this cake. It looks amazing. It smells so dang good. And like I tell you all the time, to all my commis chefs, my chefs in training out there, for this, it's all about understanding the fundamental baking techniques. Understanding when your eggs have been whipped enough where you get that perfect figure 8, you get that nice spongy center that's perfect, pouring the milk slowly so that it absorbs at a perfect pace. I'm telling you, you put all of these things into your everyday baking too. It applies to breads, it applies to everything. Put them into practice so that all of your baked goods that are always made from scratch will be better. They're always better anyways. That's why you got to do it. You got to practice it. I promise you're going to be the best pastry chef on the block, my friends. But now we're going to plate up in slow-mo.
So this part is optional, but you do see it on a lot of classic recipes out there. I'm just going to sprinkle on some ground cinnamon. In addition, you might see some cocoa powder as well. I'm going to forego the cocoa powder and use some chocolate shavings that I have left over. Let's go ahead and take it out. Super moist, super delicious. Serve it up with some fresh berries, and my oh my, check out this beauty.
Yep, I've already eaten most of this slice of cake. So what? It's too good not to eat it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, and check out this video right here. I made it for you. I promise you, you need to watch it. You'll love it. We'll see you on there.